Sami Zayn just stood backstage, swearing, crying, completely unraveling on camera. And I don't think that was just heartbreak. I think that was the exact moment his villain arc started. Welcome back to WWE Galaxy, I'm Nova. I need to walk you through what just happened in Chicago, because this isn't a normal tough loss reaction. This is a guy who might be genuinely done playing the good guy, and honestly, WWE might have done this to him themselves. Zayn wins the WWE Championship at Night of Champions after chasing it for 24 years. 24? That's not a wrestling exaggeration, that's his actual career length. 9 days later, Cody Rhodes gets attacked by Gunther and pulled from their scheduled rematch, and Zayn ends up facing CM Punk instead, a guy who hadn't been on WWE television in over 2 months. Punk wins, title's gone, and then cameras catch Zayn backstage, completely unfiltered. He's furious, cursing, asking how a guy who disappears for months can just walk back in and take what took him literally decades to get, calls Punk every name you can imagine, and then he stops mid-rant, goes down to his knees and breaks down sobbing on camera. WWE didn't cut away from any of it, they posted it. Here's what makes this different from a normal disappointed babyface reaction. This wasn't Zayn being gracious in defeat. There was no, I'll get him next time. There was rage first, grief second, and WWE chose to show the entire thing, uncut, to millions of people. That's not an accident. That's WWE deliberately showing you a man at his absolute breaking point. And it's not like this is his first gut punch this year either. He lost the Royal Rumble opportunity to Drew McIntyre back in January, and admitted afterward it genuinely messed with his head, made him feel like the crowd was already moving on to newer names. He lost the United States Championship to Trick Williams, and now the one thing he'd built his entire career toward gets taken from him in 9 days by a guy who barely had to work for the opportunity. There's a real pattern of this specific guy getting denied over and over right at the moment it should finally matter. If you're locked into this story the way I am, hitting like and subscribing genuinely helps me keep tracking it closely. Let's get into why WWE might be about to make this so much worse. And here's the part that could push this from heartbreak into something darker. According to PWInsider, the backstage expectation right now is that Punk defends the title against Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam, not Zayn. The guy who just had the shortest title reign in years, who just broke down crying on national television, might get completely written out of the biggest match of the summer. Think about what that actually does to a guy who's already shown he's got a boiling point. If WWE leaves him standing on the outside again, watching somebody else get the spotlight match while he's still nursing this exact wound, that's not a recipe for him quietly waiting his turn. That's a recipe for him deciding the good guy approach has gotten him nothing but 9 days and a broken heart. And I think the ingredients are already sitting right there. He's called himself the last good guy over and over this year, practically daring the story to prove him wrong. If WWE wanted to build toward him finally snapping out loud on camera, deciding the whole good guy identity was a waste of 24 years, this backstage meltdown is exactly the kind of moment you'd point to afterward and say, that's where it started. I want to be upfront, WWE hasn't announced any turn. This is me looking at raw, unfiltered footage of a man completely losing it on camera, and a reported plan that leaves him out of the next big title picture entirely, and putting those two things together. So what do you think? Does this become the moment Sami Zayn actually turns? Or does he stay the good guy and just take this on the chin one more time? Tell me your read in the comments. Like the video if this backstage moment hit you as hard as it hit me, subscribe if you're new, and I'll keep watching this one closely. I'm Nova, WWE Galaxy. See you in the next one.